Okay, welcome back to the channel. Thanks for tuning in with us. And tonight we had Julia in the gym with us training, and she's here and she's going to voice over with us. And I'm just going to say that this has been a very interesting 12 weeks. This is the very last day of week 12 of my weight loss journey in pursuit to get my abs, which I did not get. I'm still fat and still gross, but I'm a lot less fat and a lot less gross. And I went from roughly 231, 235 down to 223 was my final weight. And I wasn't quite there, but I think my problem is I'm just still too fat, and that's why you can't see my abs.
Yeah, so for me, coming up to the end of the 12 weeks, I started, 290, like I've talked about, roughly somewhere on there, and I'm down now to about 256, somewhere in that range. So I'm was hoping to get to 255. I'm right there. Like maybe tomorrow I'll be down that last extra pound, kind of thing. But yeah, it's been a lot of workouts, a lot of time in there, and it's been worth it though. Like I've made a lot of progress. I feel good about what I've like where I've gotten so far, and like we'll go into this deload week, kind of give the body a little time to rest and relax, and then start over again with another 12 weeks.
Well, I just kind of started, so I don't really have anything to compare from except for when I first started dieting until now, but I already spoke about that. So I'm just now starting working out, so I'll see y'all in 12 weeks.
Yeah, but you were dieting for this whole time too, though. It's not you just started working out, but you've been dieting for pretty much almost the same amount of time that we've been training and working out. And your voice is a little hoarse tonight, so that's why she sounds a little funny if you guys are wondering and everything. But what was your starting weight and what do you weigh right now?
My starting weight was 179, and I'm like 155 now.
Yeah, so that's a good improvement. I mean, that's a lot of progress to be made without any training or cardio and stuff like that. But so I got a skin fold fat caliber, like a little body fat caliber skin fold tester, and we tested all of our body fat yesterday, which Julia wasn't on here yesterday to really talk about it. But for me, I'm sitting at 16% body fat, which comes out to roughly 34, 36 pounds of fat. And to put me to 10% body fat, I'd have to lose another 14 pounds. And that's about where I would be to be able to see my abs walking around normally. Richard, you're at 30%.
Yeah,
And I don't know, I didn't do the math on what percentage of fat that is that you still have remaining, but we definitely
a
know it's
lot.
a lot, right? And then you were, what was your body fat percentage? Do you
I
remember?
have no idea. I
I
thought
think it
you
was
would
like
remember.
34 or
I know I
35%.
was less than Richard.
No, you were more than Richard.
No,
Yes, you were
was
more.
I?
The total number
The total
was
number
less than mine.
was it?
Oh,
But the women's scale is different.
Yeah, your
That's what it
body
was.
fat percentage is different because you're female than male. So you're always going to have higher body fat percentage. Doesn't mean that you're fatter looking. It just means that your body, because of the
I
way
thought
that
it
it's
was
shaped.
lower. I thought yours was 100 something and mine was
No,
not.
that's the total
That's the
number.
total
We're talking
number.
about the body fat
Oh, well,
percentage.
then I don't remember.
Yeah, I think you were like 34, 36%.
I was like,
I'll go whip it out right now and we'll figure it. We'll get this
no,
right
it's
now. But
fine.
I'm pretty sure you were on like 34. But like I was
But she
telling
on the
you,
high end, so whenever I'm smaller next time, I'll be more excited.
yeah, because like I told you yesterday, like a male at 8% is like a woman at 14%. Like if a woman's always going to have higher levels of body fat because that's just the way that her body, like that's the way a female's body is made. So having a higher body fat percentage isn't something to be like, oh no,
Oh,
I'm
no.
fatter. It's just it means that's how your body's designed, you know.
I'm not thinking that way. I'm not that way. But I just thought it was lower, but I got the numbers wrong.
Yeah. So, but and now at the end of this deload week, and I'm not sure how many videos we're going to be putting out at the end of this deload week, how many videos we're going to put out. But starting up the following week, I'm not going to be cutting weight no more. I'm going to be maintaining my size while trying to put muscle mass on. And then Richard, you're continuing your cut, correct?
Yeah, I'm gonna continue trying to drop some more weight, but I'm gonna at the beginning of it for the first maybe 4 weeks at least, I'm gonna try and bring my calories intake back up, and then from there kind of start cutting back again if I need to, because right now I just feel like I'm at too low of a deficit to where when I got through the whole eight or going through the whole 12 weeks, as I got to about week 8, I started noticing I'm like the fatigue level was a lot higher. So I was getting home and it's only like 20 minutes between when I get home to when I come over to the gym to work out, and I would start to like nod off and doze off.
So nothing's different.
So, well, like for the longest time, like the year without caffeine that we both went, like I stopped having that as a like as an issue. Really, I wasn't coming home and taking naps anymore because I wasn't just depending on caffeine to get me through the day, sort of thing. And like I said, I think I just at such a low calorie intake that I wasn't having enough energy to keep everything going for the full 12 weeks at a high rate.
Yeah, well, I experienced that towards the end of the 12 weeks too, and you're obviously going to be losing weight too, right? In this next 12 weeks,
Yeah.
the goal is for you to lose weight. Do you have a goal of like how much you want to lose, or a body fat percentage you want to get to, or what is
I
your
don't
goal?
really have a weight that I want to get to. I just more have a look that I want to get to.
Okay, so you have a mirror image that you want to go off of.
Right, right.
Yeah, and that's not a bad goal. Like everyone should have an idea of how they want to look, especially if the goal is to have a certain kind of look. And me and Richard were just talking about this earlier in the gym about having a preference on your body type or body style. Like I know whenever I was bigger, I always wore a shirt and I never cared about my pumps and the way I looked because I was powerlifting and I cared about strength and size, not about being muscular. But now that I'm bodybuilding, I like to see my pumps, I like to see my vascularity, and it motivates me to keep me going and keeps me on track. And Richard, you're saying that, I don't really care about the pump. And it's like, well, to be fair, you're so fat
To be fair.
that yeah, to be fair, you're so fat that you can't even see your pump. So to not care about the pumps makes sense because whenever I was super fat, I didn't care about the pumps either. I just cared about the way that the workout felt. But when you get leaner, you will start caring about the way the pumps look. Now, I'm not saying you're going to develop body dysmorphia, but it will be something that you start paying a little bit closer attention to, and you're going to start noticing because you're going to see the difference. And when you get to that level, you're going to feel like, man, like how did I get here? Like I know where I started at, but it just doesn't feel like I'm already at this point. It's a huge difference in mindsets whenever you finally wake up one day and see yourself like, wow, like I'm different.
Yeah, and I was thinking about it a little bit more afterwards, like after you had left the gym to come inside, and I was like, maybe this is my goal. Like I want to get to that point where I feel good about myself, and then I can figure out how to maintain it just right without ever having to really put any work in again.
Well, I think that's the majority of everyone's goal, but it never works out that way. But my goal, y'all know, it's bodybuilding. I want to compete in bodybuilding, and then you have an image you want to go after. And then Richard's trying to be a Calvin Klein model, and that's what he's going after to be an underwear model.
It's not just an image for me. I just want to feel better overall, too.
Well, I think we all do, right? I think that's the main reason why all of us decided to go to the gym because at some point we either had a mental thing where we didn't like about ourselves, or we had a physical attribute we didn't like about ourselves, or we had a physical health issue that we didn't like the way it made us feel. So either way it goes, there's always something that makes you want to go to the gym to start working out, whether it's you're skinny or fat or just unhealthy. There's always a reason why and stuff like that. But for the most part,
Putting my work boots on without feeling like I'm gonna pass out.
yeah, a lot of people it's vanity, and that's not a bad thing to get up to go to the gym if that's what gets you there.
What
But
would you say? What word?
vanity,
Oh, okay.
yeah. So a lot of people it's vanity. They want to look better, right? Especially whenever you're single or you're freshly single. That's whenever most people realize that they need to work on their image. But to start caring about yourself for no other reason besides to care about yourself is probably one of the best things because that's pure motivation right there. That's not because an event in your life disrupt your normal life and now you're forcing yourself to change because your life was forced to change without any notice. This is when you do it just because I think it's a lot higher probability of having success because you're not doing it because of a disruption in your life. You're doing it because you finally decided to change.
Yeah. So, I mean, as long as whatever you're doing is making you happy though, like that's the biggest goal. Like do what you feel you need to do to get you to where you need to go. It's kind of cheesy, but I mean, if going to the gym and getting like and working towards a specific goal for whatever reason, typically it'd probably be better to have the reason be your own reason, because that you're gonna follow through a lot easier than like that way. But yeah, I mean, like getting started is the biggest step, and but keeping up with it, that's probably the hardest part. Like trying not to lose track of why you started out in the first place.
Well, for me, I think I'm a little different because I need to be held accountable. So having someone push me and remind me that I need to be in there, not in a mean way, like, oh, you need to be in there because you're fat, but like, you need to be in here because that's what you actually want. That helps me rather than, just wanting something, if that makes sense.
Yeah, so otherwise what you're saying is you need me to push you to stay in the gym and to get in the gym.
Yeah, but maybe not you.
What?
Because you're just not as nice as other people would be.
That's not true. I say, hey, you should probably work out because you feel better. And then you're like, oh, I don't want to. And it's like, well, you probably should. And you're like, well, I don't know. And I'm like, get up and go. And you're like, fine.
Yeah, but I think it's a little bit harder because, like, you're my husband, so I just take it personal
Yeah.
rather than, like, helpful.
Yeah, you do take everything personal that I say. Like, doesn't matter what it is. I could tell you the most nicest way I can go about telling you something, and then you're just like, look at me like I'm a monster. Just like, hey, if that's starting to hurt your stomach when you eat that, probably a good idea to stop eating that. You just don't want me to look like this no more? Like, no, no, no. I just don't want you to hurt no more.
I didn't tell you to tell everybody our business here. Jeez.
Well, I think it's about time we all got on that personal level. We're going to bring y'all into this. Everyone, this is going to be a counseling session.
Yeah, and I don't sound like this, people. I'm sorry.
Yeah, she has some wicked allergies right now. That's been
I have, like, a cold or something.
yeah, you have something
I don't know.
breathing all up on my mic and stuff
You're
like that.
welcome. You sleep next to me.
That's true. That's true. So, but anyways, I think that's going to be it for me on this one. I know we just kind of rambled in this one. We didn't really have a direction, but it's the last day before the deload, so our minds are checked out, and we actually have a Halloween party we're going to tonight, which I'm excited about. So, is there anything else you guys want to add, or anything else y'all want to?
I'm good for tonight.
Me too. See y'all soon.
All right. Well, hey, we appreciate you guys watching, and for those of you who have been watching, we really appreciate you subscribing and following along our journey. And it's only going to get better from here. This is not the end. This is only the very beginning. So if you guys watch the video and y'all like the content, if y'all leave a like, we'd appreciate it. If you guys have been regularly viewing the channel and y'all like to subscribe and you're not, we'd appreciate that too. And if you don't want to subscribe and you don't want to like, it's as simple as don't do it. It's that simple. And until next time.
But you should still do it. I'm just kidding.
No, you're not. No, you're not.
Good night, guys.
Later.